Welcome to Fight Ready TV. Hit that like, smash that subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Now make sure you wipe your feet in my dough and come right on in. I checked out the All Access episode 2, Spence versus Crawford, and it was good. Showtime did their thing as usual when it comes to the All Accesses. Production A1, excellent production. Showtime shoot movies when it comes to that. But as far as taking anything away from the All Access, from both the camps, as far as training and things of that nature, you really can't take too much away from All Access when it comes to that. They only get them shadow boxing around, hitting the pads, hitting the bag. And, that's pretty much all I expected anyway when it comes to that. But as far as both fighters being in great shape, both of them headstrong, both of them seem like they want it. 2 times undisputed if Terence Crawford was to win. And the first time undisputed if Errol Spence was to win. And if either one of them was to win, it'll be the first undisputed welterweight champ in the 4-belt era. So it's a lot on the line when it comes to this fight. But with this All Access, they favor Errol Spence a lot more than Terence Crawford, just like the first episode, which I expected anyway, since Errol Spence is the A-side, despite what the fans and Terence Crawford might think. Errol Spence is the unified champion. He got the majority of the belts, so he is the A-side. But, they got Errol Spence in a pivot interview at the beginning of this thing, which is interesting. And that pivot interview should be dropping soon. I can't wait till that drop. Errol Spence said some interesting things in the interview. He talked about how he the A-side and how he had to, give in to Crawford demands just to make this fight happen. He had to make it worth Crawford while. And he was basically insinuating that Crawford really don't want to fight him. And they asked him, what does this fight mean for his legacy? And he was like, it mean everything. If this fight wasn't to happen, it's like Leonard not fighting Hagler, Leonard not fighting Hearns, or Hagler not fighting Hearns. So it's a lot on the line for this fight with Terence Crawford for Errol Spence, as he stated in that pivot interview. Like I said, I can't wait for that to come out because I know he said a lot of interesting things in that interview. They got Errol Spence getting acupuncture and things of that nature, taking care of his body, getting his body prepared for war, as he stated. They got him at his mouthpiece maker, custom mouthpiece maker, getting that thing right because, he been having problems keeping his mouthpiece in the last couple of fights, and you can't afford to have that mouthpiece coming out against Terence Crawford and getting hit like he got hit by Ugas. You just can't afford that against Terence Crawford. But his mouthpiece maker said the thing shouldn't go nowhere. You would have to pry it out his mouth. And what was funny, Errol Spence was like, if it do, I'm blaming it on you. You gonna be the reason I got embarrassed in front of the world. And I thought that was funny. But like I said, they really didn't get much of Crawford. They got him running miles, him talking about how sometimes his body don't want to do it. When Bomac tell him, come on, man, you got to do it anyway. So he get in the mindset to do it, and he pushed through. He said you got to have a strong mind, and that's the mindset that he coming in with this fight. They got him and Bomac in the gym, playing around on the heavy bag. Crawford did like a little spin move on the heavy bag, and it was funny. Bomac was like, I bet you don't try that on Spence. And Crawford was like, how much you want to bet? So they got a little wager going on that Crawford wants spin move Spence. He better not try no foolishness like that against Spence. He gonna get knocked out. I doubt he tried it though. And, they got in depth with both the coaches. Bomac talked about how he been knowing Crawford basically since he was in the womb. He know his whole family, and they grew up in the same neighborhood, a block away from each other, and how this is the fight that the whole camp wanted since they've been at welterweight, and it means everything to them. And then basically that's all they got at Crawford. They got Derrick James, running miles. Derrick James stay in shape with his fighters. He one of the few coaches that stays in shape with his fighter. They caught the man out running miles, something you'll never see Bomac doing. And it was funny about the Derrick James thing. They got him watching tape of Crawford versus Porter. And at the end of that fight, Crawford mama was dancing in the ring, and Derrick James was like, she ain't gonna be dancing on the 29th. Nope, mama ain't gonna be dancing come 29th. And I thought that was funny. Derrick James is locked in for this fight, probably more than Errol Spence. this fight mean a lot to Derrick James also. He would have another undisputed champion in this stable and probably would go on to be Coach of the Year again if Jermell Charlo takes care of business against Canelo Alvarez. So it's a lot riding on this fight for him also. But this All Access, it was good. Like I said, don't take too much away from it when it comes to training and stuff like that. And they definitely was biased towards Terence Crawford and with Errol Spence being the A side. So they showed more footage of him. So Bud Buddies, don't get all in your feelings when it comes to these All Accesses. Because y'all dudes be in y'all feelings about anything when it come to Terence Crawford. But anyway, I'm just hoping for a good fight. Come July 29th, I hope both men bring their A game. Everybody know I got Errol Spence Jr. winning this fight by either stoppage or knockout between rounds 9 and 10. And don't get me wrong, Crawford does have a chance to win. I'm 60-40 Errol Spence, but Crawford does have a puncher's chance. But it's Fight Ready TV, and I'm out.